Hey, good day. How you doing, Mel?
Good afternoon and happy weekend to you, Tony.
It is a beautiful Sunday outside. I mean, it's gorgeous one, a little hot, but we need something to spank your backside anyhow. So the heat do it to you, get some senses. I I wonder what'll happen if I had two wives. You ever thought about that? I think that would have been a beautiful thing.
Maybe you should try it
You
then.
don't think so?
Maybe you
Yeah,
should try it.
because because when one don't give me what I want, I go to the next, and then what was
Sound
short
like
and missing.
children.
No. When it's one short and missing of what the next one, it'd be a beautiful world, eh? You
Well,
don't think so?
I hope that you will find two that complement each other so that you would have your perfect wife,
Well,
sister
so
wife.
so what I need to do now is become a Muslim, because I think I got enough money to for two of them. I could take the two of them the same, so I think I good. You don't think so? Why are you looking at me like I talking to you? It should
You
be enough
better
to go.
ask you better ask your
It
wife.
should be enough to go around.
Better
Hey,
ask your wife if you have enough to share.
yeah. So what's wrong with it?
Absolutely nothing if you could afford it.
You know what you can tell me what's wrong with it? Yeah, you see, you face me up on by myself. Listen to me. Let me tell you what gonna be tell you what's wrong with it. Uh cause God ain't pleased. God define man, God and this land and this and that and this and the other and that. Anyway, that's my 5 cents for the day, Mel. You take it along. When I
So your
come back,
5 cent is
yeah,
two wives.
two
Well, let's
wives.
see how
I could
that
spank all two at the same time and whip them up, roll them out. Big happy family. We're go- and the only thing I got away with is God, right?
well, you
You
just
do it
put a
when I
new
come back.
spin on wellness. I guess that will make you fully able to live the good life, right? And
Well,
we started talking about the
I'll be healthy.
dimensions of wellness. Maybe I need to put in a new thing there. Let me see where the two wives fit into all of
Yeah,
this.
put that in there.
Environmental.
That we call wellness.
Yeah,
Wellness, mama.
good health. Yeah. Environmental. You have a good health by occupying pleasant, stimulating environments that support well being. Now, I
Put that
guess
right
what you
there.
got to do now is keep the jealousy out of that. So I hope you have the skills for
Yeah,
keeping. Of
yeah.
course, you have to have the financials
Put one in the front
intact.
bedroom. Put one in the back bedroom. Hmm
Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tony has brought a new spin to our focus on wellness. He's saying add the pleasure by having the environment with two wives. So I'm going to leave that to our male viewers. And maybe our female viewers may have a perspective on that as
well,
well.
well, they could hit us
And
up
huh, hit us up and let us know, right?
right now, and we could deal with it right now, live.
Yes. So we talk about emotional the that emotional dimension, the first of the 8 dimensions of wellness. And it's basically being able to cope effectively with life and creating satisfying relationships. So, Tony, you may be on to something.
hmm
Um, it could be that having two wives, it's whether it will work well for the two women that are involved. But again, that requires some real good skills, intellectual, being emotionally um, intelligent to meet the need of two women. Now, I know men are having a difficult time tapping into the emotion of one woman. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in your pursuit for happiness and wellness, Be mindful of how you select whether you're going to have one or two partners in your relationship. And I think I'm going to end with that for our focus on wellness for today.
Oh Lord, our shows. We can get to our show, but let me say this to you: there, as you think about it, there might be some woman after being married for probably 20 years, or some man who been married for 20 years, the relationship get boring. They might want to have, you know, some more excitement. And you might find after you've been married for 20 years, the woman mightn't want to be bothered with that. And then she might have a guy or husband or whatever who she just can't stop or control having other women. There's some relationship like that. You see these women fight, and all these wives are fighting to control their husband and to stop him from going out. But he might cannot be a person who discipline. He might have a situation where he might have an issue, and the issue might be he might have a problem. It might be a mental problem, but you might like this husband of yours. So he might be a guy who takes care of you well, because people live. Most women lives on status and money. They don't want to lose the status. They don't want to be the big house. They don't want to lose the big house, and they don't want to lose to all the functions and big functions and having all that money to spend. So they mightn't give two hooks. What do you do? And then you might have this. See, then you might have this is the real world now. We're talking real world here. I getting deep. Then you might have some who say, "This man, I can't let him ride me like this. So let him go and have his young thing. So he ride. I just ain't checking. I ain't checking because, um, honestly, he's treat me well and he's a good guy. And so I just tired checking. So I just let him do what he got to do. And I trust me in the Bahamas, around the world, there's marriages like that where the woman just gave up and say, you know what, let him do what he got to do. I can take care of me. I can be happy. Some will say I can spend his money and I don't care what he do. So, so it's cheaper you just say, you might as well bring her home. And so I know what you're doing. And so we living together. He can spend all his money in one house and just let him get on with it. It might be easier than stressing you out. I'm just hypothetically.
Hypothetically, that sounds very convenient. But
Yeah,
anyhow,
but there, but hold on. I can let you finish. But there are some women or some men who don't have a problem with it by having somebody else because they
guess
might be
what?
what? Let's listen to this.
Those are the people who the man or the woman stick on them like white on rice. It's like a parent trying to get their children out of the house. You ever noticed the parents who cling to their children? The children want to run away, and the sad who's are pushing their children away. The children just cling more. And it's just like that in relationships. It's like
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
never really get what it is that you want out
Mm-hmm.
of life until you find somebody who wants the same thing that you want. Because if
Mm.
you don't take the time to find somebody who share your dreams, aspirations, values, you're gonna be constantly in a flux and
Yeah.
a state of
So that's my
dissatisfaction.
point. You just hit the point. So they're in the flux, and they say, you know what, man, I might just let this go, because I can be sick, chasing and worrying what you do. I can be sick, and most Bahamian women, they ain't going nowhere, because they're trying to hold on to their little principle of God, gift, and grace. That's what they're doing. And so,
Matter of life or death.
yeah, it's a matter of life. So they can hold on to that fella, no matter he say sorry, and they try again and try again, because God will come true. That's where.
You know, you mentioned
Mhm,
you mentioned something very important, and that is the reason why some people are in situations. And even
mhm,
though the situation may not appear to be ideal to the outside observer,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
Abuse of
mhm.
all form. You could see there's no affection between the individuals, but
Mhm.
still one party is hanging on for their life, right?
Yeah, all the time.
So you when you talk about some people being okay with a third wheel,
Mhm.
right? Um, it may just be a healthy situation, or it could be an unhealthy situation of dependency where people settle. The
Mhm.
question is, should we be settling, or should we pursue that which we believe to be the best for us?
Now, but let me ask you a question. Answer this question, and answer all my questions, and don't duck them. Just straight up. It's a vast majority of people in the Bahamas know their husband or their wife scheming, or their sweetheart or boyfriend, whatever, sweet. They know. Um, but when they find out, do they leave? Majority.
I don't know, but
Let me tell you why they don't. No, let me tell you why. Well, let me tell you why men don't leave. Because it's cheaper to keep them. So, so if that's the case, that's why most men, when they catch a significant sweetheart, they don't leave. That's why I said this earlier. You might as well just, because women don't really leave. Even when women leave their husband, they still battling with them. They still trying to drag them through the mud. They still trying to collect money in the court. They still trying to take what he got. They still trying to call him bad names. It's still the battle never ends. Like, and they still coming around causing problems, telling their children, "Oh, you ain't need to love that woman. Daya, mother, Daya." It's always this fight going on. So, see, I said this earlier because we got a lot of mental people around. Yeah, Rodney Montague said the people ain't safe. What he's trying to say, the people, the people got problems. A lot of them. So you might as well just accept this and roll on, because you're gonna live. Most married couple after the 20 year of marriage, because the marriage start getting stale, and one can start to adjust to the, because people, when they get married so long, most likely they come up with these bright ideas. Some has come up, man, and start liking man. They switch from woman, because woman stress they go liking man secretly, and then the woman Start liking women. And you know what? They always had it in them. So what had happened with young, they get caught. Baby. So the baby brings on marriage. But this man and woman, they do it because they're children, and they do it because they feel the love. But when the love get bored and they start fighting with themselves and realizing that, boy, you know what? I really, really, as a woman, I like woman. And we surprised that it's happening. But actually, most gay women have children at the early stage because they want to have children because they ain't sure they had it's okay because everybody's doing it and a man and a woman and God's grace and blessings, so they follow that trend. Everybody, you're supposed to have a boyfriend, and they and then after 10 years, 15 years down the road, that urge and feeling comes back again. It ain't going nowhere.
I have a question for
Ask,
you.
give me the question.
And we talk about love a lot,
Love is a waste of time. Go ahead.
but I want to know what is it that pulls people into a relationship with another individual? What is it that they are really
How I
looking
feel,
for?
how you make me feel in this moment is like this feeling come over me that is so powerful that I want more of this. But most times it's only a feeling because feelings is fluctuate. Lost my hand, go and come. Today you want to drink Hennessy, tomorrow you switch, you want to drink a lick. Same thing as you watch this. As you 17, watch this now. As you 17, you want bright woman. When you get 40, you want black. That's what it does.
But that is normal human development. And I don't know where we get the idea from that who I am at 18 is who I will be at 28, and who I will be at 38, and who I will be at
There you go.
48.
There you go. Now you
As
understand.
we journey through this life, we are changing.
Yeah.
The skin on our body changes even if we don't bleach. If we don't bathe, it builds up and cake up. If we bathe, the cells are renewing constantly. So when you look at your brain, from one moment to the next, your thoughts are constantly in motion.
Mhm.
So why do we think for 1 second that I liked sugar apple when I was younger, but when I become an adult, I am still supposed to like sugar apple because I liked it as a child?
Nope.
Many individuals who used to eat certain things say, I no longer eat it. And you say, why? Oh, I had so much of it as a child, right? Our tastes, our interests, our level of satisfaction changes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Some things increase, other things diminish.
Mhm.
So bring this home to relationships, even marriage. Yes, you may very well love your partner, but as your partner change, as their interests change, as their level of satisfaction change, don't hold it against them as an indictment. Change with them, grow with them, and if there is not a common interest in a particular area of their life, respect it. Embrace the difference. There is nothing that says that two individuals must think alike, feel alike, believe alike in order for them to get along.
Mhm. So see the problem. Let me see if I could do this before we go to close. See, love, the word love, it's like it's supposed to be. Let me get it right. When you love somebody, when you find somebody at physical and you say you like them from the outside, you like what you see. It's like a flower growing. It's like a it's like a flower in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and it start
Mm-hmm.
growing. And every day you either got to water it to grow, put some soil around it, or you got to prune it, clip it, so you trim it, and more flowers come up. And then so what it is like it's an everyday process. But then guess what happened? This is where humans go wrong, or where we go wrong. When the flower start dries up,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want the flowers. You don't want the flowers anymore. All of a sudden, all that pruning and you're like, this flower, I tired of this and this is drying up and this, man, I can pull this up because you don't want to work at it no more. See, when it's pretty, you want to water it, you want to trim and prune it. Once it now start having bugs and it has a process now because now it makes you work because you now go get insecticide to put on it, or you got to find a way to clip it tighter, and you got to pay more attention to it. So what happens when somebody loves somebody? They talking to them out. It's plenty work, and when it get too much work, it's easy to have another woman. See,
But
let,
guess what?
let me knock it to you. Go ahead. Go
When
ahead.
you keep staying with the analogy of the
Mm,
flowering plant,
mm,
you are being catered to in your
mhm,
relationship.
mhm,
Your partner is catering to you. Okay?
mhm,
Your relationship with the plant is you care for the plant give you pleasure and delight when you look at it. Now, there are rough patches where even after taking the best care that you can with that plant, the plant may still struggle for a period of time before it catches itself again, right? But if you do not go and find out how can I restore and maintain this plant, even after I've been doing the same thing with it, and it is still showing evidence of decline. It's the same thing with human relation.
mhm,
We must be flexible, we must persevere, we must gain new knowledge because again, what you knew at 18 and what he knew at 20, life changes. For instance, who would have thought before the turn of the century, 1999, when cell phone wasn't even available? Now you got applications after applications where you talking with people on the go, you FaceTiming. Times change and we must change. It's a
mhm,
matter of life and death. If we don't change, death will come upon us sooner than we anticipate. And it may not be a physical death, it may be the emotional death, it may be the financial death, it may be the social death.
mhm,
We must evolve with the changing of the times. Now, one thing that is very common with humans, but especially Bahamians, we are resistant to
mhm.
change.
But
And
that,
when we resist,
mhm,
what happens? In resistance, there's a lot of pressure, there's a
mhm,
lot of discomfort, there's a lot of aches and pains. We must learn to grow. water ourselves and grow personally, water our relationships and allow them to grow, allow our partner to grow, to be the person that they want to be. And trust me, Tony, that's why more people drift apart than anything else. It ain't the finance, it ain't the sex, it is the connection
See,
between the two individuals. Some
but
women say, "Oh, I give him sex; he could get sex anytime." But how is it being delivered? In the same
yeah,
old bin, in the
same
same
away.
pan, in the same chipped plate?
But you could see, if you see this where it hit the roads. We talk about that. Okay, this where it hit the road. The same plant we talking the rose tree died on that spot. Let me tell you what is so powerful and significant to that whole process. Most times, watch what I'm gonna say, and then you can elaborate on it. People throw, take the rose plant up, throw it away. But guess what they do? Guess what they do? They
What?
put another rose plant the same in the same spot. You see the truth there. So
Mm-hmm.
because they love that spot is exactly what you're saying. Because in the sex, because the sex you want it the same spot, same hole. See, don't get it, don't mix it up. The same hole, a different plant, same hole, and you want to grow it the same way because you're saying this plant I have to treat it a little different. I have to tweak it. So if you don't grow with me, this is why I was talking about the plant earlier. If you don't grow with me as we get in our relationship, in our marriage, and if you don't grow with me, it's a bad sign. We're gonna die. Our relationship gonna die. So for us together, if we don't nurture and keep our plant together, see, you the rose, I'm the stem. You the rose, you the rose, and I the stem. And so I gotta keep you motivated because the Bible give me all the responsibility to be had. So I gotta push as the root, so I can give all this life to this rose. And if I decided one day and don't nurture that rose, it's gonna die. And so, majority of times you see relationships break up. This is the education part. Believe it or not, most times it's men, not women. We would say woman heart, woman this, woman that is the man, because most times that root is not grounded enough for the woman, for that rose on top to blossom. Because if the rose ain't blossoming, open and popping, ain't no growth. So is the man has to push his woman to become a beautiful flower. Let me break it down now in 10 different ways. Give her money, buy her things, give her children. This is the whole rose concept. This is how the family blossom. Put a roof on their head. So I say that to say this: when we allow debt
To creep in.
to creep in our relationships, see, that ain't just debt. Be dead and going to the hell or going to glory. If we allow that to creep in our relationship, we in trouble. Because if we let our beautiful woman die, and you don't have to die, like I say, die trying to love you, die trying to get you to understand she love you, die. And most times we allow our relationship to die because it's about us and our doggy. So we think that is our way for our flower to grow. That's the only way we think. Woman thinking so much different things. She thinking, but hold on, you know what? You know what? Let me put the soil around this root. Because you the root. Let me. No, let me get some spray to get rid of this bug coming around. No, let me use some other bush. Let the sunlight in. That's woman. And the rose concept is beautiful, but most times we allow our relationship to die. So we run looking for young thing. We don't say back and say, let me water this, or let me put some more soil, or let me clip this, or let me probably transfer it to another spot where it get more, you know. So even we when we die, we supposed to love in death. Now, a lot of people, I can talk about that now. A lot of people worry about that. That ain't nothing to worry about because nobody never been back and see it. Nobody come back and tell you how to do it. Nobody. No. So when I die, I might leave some hurting people on earth. But guess what? They should be glad in them. That is that is that is real talk. And so the Bible say, when I die, my soul rise and my body go to dust. But the process of that, you don't even know if I'm going to hell or heaven. I could I could be the preacher who preach every day, or I could be the schemer who scheme every day. You don't know. In that, you don't know where I'm going. So why would a lot of people live and worry about who gonna die and where they can die? Because you're all gonna die. Don't worry about that. That takes care of itself. And it's too many things people living on earth, especially in marriages, than dead. Why you still why you still worrying about me dying and you dying on earth? And a lot of people dying on earth. A lot of marriages are dying on earth. I know a friend who don't even speak to his wife. They live in the same house. I know people that comes and show up to church and it's only show. So we living in hell and we living in debt right now. Some of us overreaching our basket right now. They owe everybody and the bank and owe the Lord too because they ain't know the last time they paid their tenth. So what the question is, why do we live? Why do I should live in a marriage and unhappy? So I might as well say to the woman that going back there, listen, let me have two of y'all. So when death come, I can run to the next one. And I talk about
What
death.
about that coming to you and leaving the two of them behind?
Well, when death come to me, right, and leave both of them, they can have each other. No, not each other like how you thinking. They could support on each other because they both know.
They lost a big love.
Yes, and
Mm.
so the Muslim have two wives, right? They doing fine. They're the most disciplined people in the world. Check it. Nobody more humble than them. Nobody love more than them. Nobody reads the Bible or the Quran, whatever it is, than them. Nobody pray more than them. You know that for a fact, right, Doc? You know that, right? They pray three
Yeah,
times a
they
day.
have their how
Okay,
much?
they pray for 3 times a day,
Five, I think. It's five
five
prayers.
times a day. So 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 we need to take a page on their book. Having these men And this is why the show is important. Having these men sweethearting, running all over the place. Let's have it in. Let's have it in. Yeah. Let's have it in. Let's have it in the proper setting. I think probably this time we think like this. Well,
Be
the,
responsible and
yeah,
stop ducking and dodging,
yeah,
sneaking.
because we can't
Talking about
stop it.
I only have one wife, the
Yeah,
husband of one wife, and all the time you got two and three sweethearts.
exactly. So you can't
Yeah.
stop it. So you might suggest, yes, l- being close.
But Tony, that's something that you brought up earlier when you say what's wrong with it other than not pleasing God. But I have a big question on that because look at the kings and the prophets, the wise men of the
In the Bible.
patriarchs and prophets.
In the
They had
Bible.
wives and they had concubines,
In the Bible.
but they were responsible. But these are men of God,
Exactly. Mm.
okay? But whoever came into their courts was theirs and their responsibility. So, what is it that we are saying? Why have we gone to the point where we have men being dishonest?
Ooh.
Why
It's
have we
very
gone to the
difficult.
point where we have men being dishonest? Is it right? Were they right and we're wrong, or are we wrong and they were right?
But but see, you know, I can close, but this can cost me. This show can cost me the problem. I don't mind, but I like to prick the mind of people. Check this out. The Bible is written by who? Some inspired men, right? And some of them were sissies. So, and I won't go there, but I just letting you know. But be so hard and fast with some things. You only pick the ones you're gonna be hard and fast with. And so we got to be careful, and we got to go back and be careful because I believe now is the younger people getting very smarter. They read more. They're getting very smarter. And now we need to be careful. That's what I'm saying. Because we can lose a lot of them, young people, if we don't be careful. Anyway, that's my show for today. And I know I'm going to get phone calls left, right, and center. Because
Okay, so our next sitting will be
Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. Oh, our new time. Sorry, folks. Our new time is Wednesday, 7:15 in the morning, and Sunday, 4 o'clock. We do 2 shows a week. One of the shows we really want to concentrate on health and wealth. We want to get Bahamas healthy, and we need to concentrate more on health. Educate people how to live better lives. Mindset. Get your mind right. Be happy. Live happy. Try put joy in your life and go out and spread joy. Love
okay.
somebody.
Yeah, and we want to thank those that joined us live
Yeah.
via Facebook.
Yeah.
And we invite you to continue to send in your topics of
Mhm.
interest and also to share for family and friends.
Anyway, it's under the tree, Mel and Tony, where we meet 7:15 Wednesday, Sunday 4 o'clock. See ya. Have a good day, good afternoon, everybody.
Wonderful week.
Thank you. Enjoy.